Hi my lovelies, welcome to the first colour and chat of 2025 for January. But before I get into the actual colour and chat, I just wanted to show you guys a quick colouring book haul. I have the pile right here. There's a lot of little books here. And these are books I have purchased probably since September last year up until now. And so I'll just do a quick haul and then yeah, we'll get into the colour and chat. So feel free to skip the haul if you want to. And there is a bit of a theme with this haul. However, I just wanted to show you the colouring page that I completed in Tropigoth. So Tropigoth isn't part of the haul. I'm just showing you the completed colouring page, which is this lovely lady here. I filmed this on TikTok and it was a lot of fun. Colouring in Carla Magana books is always such a good time. And this style was definitely inspired by Carla Magana. You've got bright tropical colours as well as a lot of sparkles. And she was a lot of fun to film on TikTok. It was just a quick like 5-minute TikTok. So that's my coloured page. And then this is the pile of colouring books that I have acquired over the past few months. You've seen I did a colour and chat with this one. So that is on my channel. That was our Christmas colour and chat for 2024. And that was a lot of fun as well. Then I purchased Girl Spaces. And I did manage to colour in this yesterday. And I coloured in this one. I purchased Matchstick Mouse, the Christmas colouring book. I know it's a bit late, but at least I'll have it for next Christmas. And I bought another Matchstick Mouse, a big adventure colouring books. The Matchstick Mouse is so cute. Then I purchased the Holly Nichols fashion illustrations, and she is a artist on TikTok. TikTok has sucked me in. And what she does is she does all these beautiful lady sketches and uses her Copic alcohol markers to colour in all the beautiful women. And when I saw she had a colouring book, that was an immediate purchase because her artwork is beautiful. And the next is another Coco Wyo book. An R.J. Hampson, Awake. There's an Awake book and an Asleep book. I also want to get the Asleep book, but that will have to wait. And this is just like bold and easy, cute colouring. Another Coco Wyo. And then we have Cozy Corners by Colouring Book Cafe. These are all very similar books. There is a theme going on here, because I am not mad about having all these books, because I am loving the bold and easy colouring trend that is happening on TikTok at the moment. TikTok has sucked me in and I just wanted to be a part of it. So I purchased a whole lot of, you know, you've probably seen them. They're the simple, bold and simple colouring pages, and they are so much fun to colour in. I have Cozy Eras colouring book by Jade Summer. Cozy Friends and Little Cozy Cute and Easy Colouring Book by Southern Lotus. So all very similar, and I know what you're thinking, you don't need that many colouring books, but hey, I have an addiction problem with colouring and art supplies and stationery, and you know, this hobby makes me very happy. So yeah, that was my little colouring book haul. That should shut me up for a few months. And now we'll get into the actual colouring book, or the colouring session. And the book I want to colour in for January is The A Million Llamas by Lulu Mayo. I love llamas and I love Lulu Mayo. So I wanted to start off 2025 by colouring in llamas. And the page I want to do is this one here, because you've got llamas, you've got flowers and baskets, and you've got kitty cats as well. So we're going to do that. And I'll just show you, I have coloured in a page. I've only done one page in here, sadly. And it's this one, and I use my Crayola Super Tips with a bit of pencil shading. Now, as for the colouring supplies, I have a few things out. First is the Ohuhu markers. These are their water-based markers. Now I wanted to try their water-based markers, so I bought the pack of 60, so we're going to use that today. The reason why we are using water-based markers is because this is a double-sided book, and alcohol markers, if you didn't know, will actually leak through. So water-based markers don't. And I really love how the Crayola Super Tips work in Lulu Mayo's books. I don't know what paper she uses, but because Super Tips can get a bit streaky in certain books and other bits of paper. But in Lulu Mayo's books, they just work beautifully. So I'm hoping that these water-based markers will work really nicely. I have used them and they are very soft and smooth, so we'll see how we go. And I've also got some Ohuhu glitter pens, and if I wanted to add a bit of texture, I have my Sheen acrylic markers. I don't know if I'll use them, but I'll just have them handy. And I have my cup of coffee as well. So we will just set things up. Alright, now let's have a look. We will start with the basket. And I reckon we'll do the basket 101, which is yellowish brown. And with these Ohuhu markers, you've got a brush tip, which I love their brush tips, and you've got a fine tip. And we'll start. So as you can see, there is no leak through on the other page. And so far, these are really lovely. Because the thing is with water-based markers, some are very streaky. So it's really tricky to find sometimes water-based markers that I guess are not too streaky. And when I've used these Ohuhu markers previously, they were really lovely. So I'm quite impressed with these ones. I do apologise if I sound a bit off and croaky. But guess what I got a few days ago? I got COVID again. This will be my third time having COVID. So I am stuck at home now in isolation. And I guess I have all the time in the world now to just take my time and really enjoy this colouring session. Not that the other colouring sessions have been rushed or I don't enjoy them at all. But this is just a really, I guess, relaxing and fun thing to do when you're sick. So this is my third day of having COVID and I'm actually feeling better today. I was going to film this yesterday, but I was just still feeling really flat. Don't get me wrong, I still feel a bit flat today, but I'm actually, every day it gets a little better. Now all these flowers here I want to be lilac. So that's number 77. Yeah, so yeah, as I was saying, each day does get a bit better and better, but I forgot how much COVID does knock you about. I still have body aches and my head, it just feels like I've got a really bad head cold. That's what it feels like the third time round. A really bad head cold with really awful body aches and pains and just feeling really flat. And this is what happened last time when I had COVID. It's really tricky to do the simplest things like getting up and having a shower, and by the end of the shower I was just exhausted and had to go back to bed. Not so much today, but yesterday and the day before, just doing all those things, you just get so drained of energy. And I can't tell you where I got it from. You know, I'm a nurse who works at the hospital, so it could have been from the hospital, because there's bugs flying around all the time there, or, you know, I did go out for a birthday Friday and Saturday just gone, so who knows. But COVID is one of those things now where it's like, it's a thing, but it's not a thing. Like here in Australia, you can still go out with COVID. But the way I see it is, why would you want to go out? Like, I only go out if it's necessary. So if I need medicines or food or whatever, like, I just nip out quickly with a mask on and then just come back home. And then I just isolate myself. Because honestly, you don't feel like going out and being social when you have the virus. So yeah, it's actually really good because I have all the time in the world now to sit with you guys and chat and just do some fun colouring activities. And I'm hoping during my isolation time I can smash out a few colour and chats, or colour with me, whatever you guys like to call these videos. I think the last time I had COVID was in 2023, and I was actually filming my first ever reading vlog, which is up on my channel, and I filmed me reading all 5 of the Twilight books. And I think during the middle of that, I did get COVID. And that was a whole lot of fun to film. Although reading vlogs are really tricky to film. And like, I'm not a fast reader, so it took me ages to finish those Twilight books. Now, for all the leaves around the place, I've selected number 46, which is light green, and we'll just go around and colour all of those. Yeah, so as I was saying, that was a 2-hour reading vlog, or it turned out to be a 2-hour reading vlog. And it was my first ever kind of vlog session. And I think that's why I found it so... It took a lot out of me to film. Because every time you did something, you had to remember to pick up the camera. Or every time you know, there was an update or a big event in the book, you had to remember to pick up the camera. And I did, you know, I did have a good time filming it, but the editing, oh my goodness, because I am my own editor with these videos, oh my gosh, that took forever. So if I do another reading vlog, I need to work out how I can do it better, because that was a lot. And my iMac computer did not like the storage of all those videos, because it was about 6 weeks worth of vlog. And it doesn't sound like a lot, but yeah, it was a lot. And if I do film a reading vlog, I really need to cut it down. And you know what the funny thing was? I thought I did cut it down with that vlog. But nope, I had a lot to say and a lot to do. But yeah, go check it out if you if you ever have a spare 2 hours of your time and want to hear my thoughts about the Twilight series. It's somewhere on my channel. But yeah, just grab a snack or whatever, because yeah, that is one of the longer videos on my channel. And I don't really like to have 2-hour videos, but it was just the way it worked out. But yeah, I did enjoy the Twilight books in that vlog. Certain bits of the book gave me the ick, but overall it was a good story, and you know, who doesn't like reading about vampires and werewolves? The book I'm actually reading at the moment is Wuthering Heights. As I've mentioned before, I'm trying to read some of the, you know, the classic novels out there. But I'm having a lot of trouble with Wuthering Heights. Like, I just don't understand Emily Bronte's writing. And it makes me feel really dumb, because I feel like I should understand it, but it's just, I don't know, it's really old English that I can't, my brain can't wrap my head around that type of writing style. So I am about halfway through, and half of me is like, you know, just wants to DNF it, but the other half of me is like, no, just push through and finish the book, because I hate having books unfinished. Now for the stems, I want to do number 50, which is Field Green. I think I will just push through and finish Wuthering Heights, because I kind of want to see what happens to one of the main characters. But yeah, it's a really tricky book to follow. Well, That's what I find anyway. And I'm hoping, because I've got so many other classics like Dracula, Frankenstein, Jane Eyre, Sense and Sensibility, Pride and Prejudice. Like, I've got all those classic books ready to go. And I'm hoping that those books will be okay and that I can understand and follow what's happening a bit easier. Now for the ribbon, I want to do a pretty pink colour, and I might go, ooh, what pink? I might go light pink, which is 89. Yes, 89. So what I'm doing is I'm just getting the base colours down, and then we'll go in and shade things. And what I'm going to use to shade things is my Crayola Twistable. They're called Twistable colour pencils. And they're a lot of fun to use. Now for part of the basket, I want to get a dark brown, and that will be number 99, which is called dark brown. Oh, I just realised I forgot all those little stems in there. Back to the dark green. Now for these happy flowers, I'm going to do yellow, which is number 34. We'll just go over them. And in the middle, I want to do golden yellow, which is number 22. One thing I forgot to mention with COVID, just going back there again, this time around, I'm having trouble getting to sleep. Like, I am still awake by 3 o'clock. Over the past 3 days, that's what's been happening. And so what do? You Google if COVID can give you sleeping disturbances. And apparently it can. And it's a thing, well, according to Google, you know what Google's like, and I should know better. I'm a nurse, so you should never Google symptoms. But there's been reports and reports of people having COVID insomnia, and apparently it's called coronomia. Apparently that's a thing. So it's coronavirus and insomnia. It doesn't happen with everyone, but it has happened to a lot of people. So that's a new symptom that's unlocked for me having COVID this time, is I just cannot get to sleep. For the doughy part of the donuts, I'm going to use Urban, which is number 31. Yeah, so I know everyone's sick of hearing about COVID, but, you know, it's actually still a thing that's going around. And it's just like, you know, the flu or any nasty respiratory virus. You know, people can get quite sick from it. Which is, oh, it's so unfortunate. It's just a vicious circle because, yeah, I'm not falling asleep until like after 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, and then I'm just extra tired the next day. And it's just lucky that I don't have to be up for work or anything, because I would be screwed. Now I want to do these little birdies here. I want to make them like little blue birds. So I'm going to use 66, which is azure. 66. And what I'm going to do, I'm just going to do their top half blue, and then when I'm ready to shade, I'll shade their bellies. Now the 2 llamas can be a grey, and we are going to use CG6, which is a cool grey. I love llamas, alpacas, llamas. I know they can be a bit funny and nasty. You know, that's like any animal. They all have their nasty streaks. You know, I've got 2 cats. They have their nasty moments, and then they have their lovely moments. Okay, the llamas trapped in donuts are all done. Now the kitty cat, of course, has to be a little ginger, because I do have, or one of my cats is a ginger kitty. So we're going to make that 14, which is orange, and he's stripy. So I want to kind of do him. I don't know if this is going to work, but I'll do stripy. Ugh. A bit of zigzaggy. He's a tabby. And then I'll do that orange. Tail's orange. I don't know if I like that, but anyway, it's done now. Actually, let's make the tip of his ears orange. Yeah. Now I think that's a little raccoon. So I'm gonna get a darker grey. I'm gonna get BG7 and just do this little guy. If he's not a raccoon, he's a raccoon now. Lulu Mayo does all these cute, cartoony animals, if you didn't know. Now the little bunnies here can be pastel peach. Yeah, so if you didn't know, Lulu Mayo does all these cute little animal books. Like she's got a million cats, a million owls, a million bears. Like they're so cute, and they're just a really good time to colour in as well. Okay, so I'm just noticing, I've just flipped over. With these markers, there is a little bleed through, and it's not so much the light colours, but the dark colours have bled through. Which is a shame, because I really like this page. However, it's nothing that we can't fix up. When I get round to colouring this page, we will just have to make do. Just wanted to check how that other page was going. Now the strawberry, of course, has to be red, which is number 11. And then we will colour in all the other donuts. Alright, so let's make that one a nice chocolatey brown. So I'm going to use brown, which is number 91. And we are going to make this one a chocolate. So it's going to be chocolate with sprinkles. Who doesn't love a chocolate sprinkle donut? And later I'm going to get my gel pens and figure out all the sprinkles. I have my Jelly Roll Moonlight pens ready, so I think they will be good for that type of thing. And of course we need a nice strawberry donut. So that is going to be Carmine Rose, which is number 6. I'm going to clean up all my markers here because they're just getting out of control. Like, I have limited desk space and they're just all everywhere. Just give me a minute. That's better. Now I wanted to do like a lemon icing, so we're going to do this in light yellow. And this one can be light yellow as well. And the cat can be sitting on a blue icing, which is sky blue. Now for the raccoon's donut, we are going in with Carmine Rose again, number 6. He can have pink icing. And his sombrero here can be number 98. which is dough. Well, I think it's a sombrero. And then the strawberry can be sitting on some pink cream. Yum, look at all those donuts. I love donuts. That's how we're looking so far. Now I'm just going to get the Twistables out and do a bit of shading. So what I'm going to start with is the flowers. So I want to find like a dark purple, maybe the plum color. Oh. Now it's really hard to see which one is which because these are not labeled at all, so you just got to kind of wing it. Let me just swatch. I've just got 3. No, that's not. I think I'm going to use this color here. I don't actually know which one that is because like there's no color on here. Even though the colors are here, they're not on the actual twistable pencil. That's okay. We'll just be swatching away for the rest of the video. And all I'm going to do is just shade these flowers. Just to give him a bit more dimension. And these work beautifully over the Ohuhu markers. Bit of shading in there. Okay, so this may take me a little while. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop filming and fill in all the shady bits. I'll be back. Okay, so the flowers are all shaded through. And what I've done is I've actually gone and picked some colours which I want to shade the rest of the page in. I couldn't tell you what the colours are because there's no name on these, unfortunately. But I've just swatched some colours there. And these are the ones I've picked. So I'm just going to shade in all the other bits, like the donuts and the bluebirds and all the things. So we will actually start with the birdies. You're just gonna go here and then gently soften that out. Because I want them to be like white. and bluebirds. And their little faces. These twistable pencils are very soft to blend out. They're actually quite nice to use, and they work well with the water markers. And then I'm going to get the dark brown and just shade in the basket. I'm going to shade this. Turn the book on the sides and kind of shade it from the sides. Hopefully this will work. Not the neatest shading, but it's working so far. If you want to darken the shading as well, you can get a black. But I'm just going to leave it and see how it is. Okay, so that's that bit done of the basket, and now I'm just gonna go and shade all these bits up here. So this is quite fiddly, so I'm gonna come back when I finished. On the last leaf here, as in like just shading, so I've gone in and shaded everything because this would have taken me ages. Well, it did. So I've shaded a bit of the donuts. You probably can't notice it, but the donut dough I've shaded, the llamas, the animals, like just a slight bit of shading, slight shading on the flowers, and I'm just finishing the leaves. It was very rough shading, like I'm being a bit messy with this. And then the next thing we are going to do is just get our gel pens out and go over the donuts. Like I want to make the icing all nice and glossy and shiny, or as best as I can. And then we are almost done. So I'm going to use my white Posca pen, which is what I always use. So for the strawberry seeds, I'm going to use another Posca pen. So this is white, and then this is like a ivory color. Just because sometimes white can be a bit harsh. I think it'll go nice on the seeds here. Okay, and then we're going to get the white Posca and just make everything shiny and glossy. Over the outline here. Alright, so I'm just gonna go ahead and do all that. And for my next trick, I've just got a few Jelly Roll Moonlight pans, and I'm just gonna go over a few things here, like the sprinkles and the swirly bits. Green sprinkles. Do a few yellow. The rest pink. And then with the same pink, I just want to fill in the cream, whatever this is, and just go over. And hopefully that'll get rid of some of the black lines. I don't know if it's cream or jelly. And then I want to get the white pen again and just go over this just to fluff it up a bit. Okay guys, what do we think? We are all finished here. I'm going to call this done. And this was actually a lot of fun. This is just very quick, simple colouring, which is what I wanted today. And I really love how the Ohuhu markers worked in this book, as well as all the twistable pencils, and of course the gel pens always work wonderfully no matter where and how you use them. But I'm gonna leave it as that, guys. Thank you so much for joining me in this January colour and chat, and I will see you soon. Bye bye.